Which doll is the black doll? Which one is the white doll? Which doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? Which doll is the nice doll? And which doll is the bad doll? And why is that doll pretty?
Because he's white and he has 2 eyes.
Which doll is the ugly doll? Why is that doll ugly?
Because he's black.
Which doll looks most like you?
Me?
Yeah, which one looks like you?
And that one.
Let's be clear, there's a lot of evidence that there's great consequences to racism, to the psychic of Black people. There's great consequences to handing your children over to Europeans to be educated repeatedly. You look at our crime rate and you look at why the murder rate is so high, it's because they continuously destroyed the self-esteem of African Americans in the education system for decades. When you educate a person that their only existence in society or existence in history is slavery and Jim Crow, it is intent to destroy the self-esteem of Black. Step one, you want to talk about lowering violence in your community? Step one is to stop allowing your oppressor to educate your children. That is step one. This is why they fight so hard for critical race theory, because they know the effects that the education has had on devaluing our children's value of themselves to themselves. You know what you understand what I'm saying? They understand that they have educated our children to a point where they have low value and low self-esteem in themselves, in beliefs in who they are and what they can be. And then that is compounded by a community that is surrounded by people who don't own businesses in their community. So as a child, you are taught in school that your whole history was of slavery and Jim Crow, and in your community, every business that's in your community is owned by somebody that don't look like you. Why aren't we more aware of the African Americans' contributions to America? Why do we not know that a Black man made the refrigerator? Why do we not know that a Black woman made the furnace? These things was intentionally left out. These things happen here in America.
Do you think the adults that banned these books have read these books?
Absolutely not.
No, definitely not. Absolutely not.
Because I don't think a moral compass could let you ban books that say equality and loving each other.
These teenagers in York, Pennsylvania are standing up to the latest example of controversy surrounding history and race that is affecting a growing number of America's public schools.
The school board cannot just silence our voices.
Last fall, the all-white school board of the Central York School District unanimously banned a list of educational resources.
And that resource list, which has a lot of bad ideas and some books that I would definitely not want in our district.
And I do not feel it's balanced, and I think it's divisive.
That list includes a children's book about Rosa Parks, Malala Yousafzai's autobiography, CNN's Sesame Street Town Hall on racism.
Racism? What's that?
And much, much more.
This is Hidden Figures. The movie was,
Like from the movie?
Yeah.
This is the kids' version of the book from the movie.
Yeah.
It's frustrating for the students.
This is a board that, after hearing their students' concerns about diversity in the district, hearing my struggles with race, being an Indian American, and consistently feeling like I didn't belong, after all those conversations for weeks on end, they still pursued this book ban.
There are teachers looking over their shoulders, wondering if someone's going to be at their door, darkening their door, that you said something or you mentioned something or you used something that you were not supposed to.
The fact that all the banned materials are by or about people of color is just a coincidence, according to the school board president. She and the rest of the school board refused to speak on camera. She says it's not a ban. The materials are frozen while the board vets them. But the process is still ongoing after nearly a year. That suits some parents in this 82% white district just fine.
I don't want my daughter growing up feeling guilty because she's white
That sentiment is spreading. At least 27 states have passed or are considering policies strictly defining what students are allowed to learn about race.
Now we must ask ourselves, why are we not as concerned as those whites about how the education system affects our children's self-esteem? They repeatedly show you that everything they do is 100% about race. They repeatedly show you this. You had the QAnon supporter to go to Washington, D.C., and he took the gun, he went into the pizza place because they said they was molesting children in the basement of the pizza place, said Obama, Hillary Clinton, and all that was all molesting children, even though, I'm not a Democrat, don't believe in the Democrats. But this QAnon supporter, go there, he run up in this building. It's all about they feel that the Democrats support blacks, which they don't. So he take this gun, he run up in this building, right? This is how strong white privilege is. White privilege is so strong that they're hiring a teacher after he's already had allegations of sexual assault.
Under investigation for molesting minors who had a troubled past. I mean, he was accused and under investigation for molesting minors. However, another school hired him instead, knowing about the investigation, knowing about the accusations, because according to the headmaster of the institution, he came with very strong letters of recommendation. Let's put up his picture. He's been arrested. Yep, there he is. Robert Vandal, 63 years of age. Let me give you the background to this extreme story. A former Roswell teacher, this is in Roswell, Georgia, has now been arrested on rape charges against at least one minor. It may be more. Robert Vandal, 63 years of age, out of Canton, is facing charges of rape, aggravated assault with the intent to rape a child under 14, aggravated child molestation, sexual assault by a person in a supervisory authority, enticing a child for indecent purposes, and false imprisonment of a child less than 14. Put his picture up again. That's the face of privilege and the face of evil. I'm going to prove both to you. Vandal taught at FAST. It's an academy before he was hired at Linden Academy in Roswell. The Roswell police said the victim was a student in that man's classroom. On Wednesday, Channel 2's investigative reporter, Chris Jose, learned a whistleblower told Linden Academy about Vandal's disciplinary issues involving students at other, not just one, but other Georgia schools. Put up a picture of the headmaster that hired him anyway. Let's keep that picture up, okay? Her name is Linda Murdoch. Linda Murdoch says on the website for the institution, the future is our priority, and we desire to teach them a lifetime of love and learning. Keep a picture up. Linden Academy headmaster Linda Murdoch told the whistleblower in a letter, "We were aware of the suspensions when we first interviewed him 2 years ago."
Let's be clear. Not only should you be concerned about the school's curriculum and how they're educating your children, how that curriculum is affecting your children's self-esteem, and what is actually doing to make your children, allow your children to be competitive in today's world, you also need to go up to those schools and find out what type of background check they did on these teachers. A lot of these teachers who are molesting children and going from place to place normally work in inner city areas because there's less consequences to harming Black children. There's less scrutiny to hire for whites to hire other whites when you're working in Black communities. So this is another thing that you all need to get up to the schools and verify and see what's going on.